Students, welcome to the yet another beautiful poem, that is Moonwind by Ted Fuchs. Okay, it's page number 35 in your textbook. Okay, this is a beautiful poem by Ted Hughes. Come, let's know about certain things about Ted Hughes. Ted Hughes was born on Mytham Road in Yorkshire. He went to Cambridge University to study English and later switched to archaeology and anthropology. He won many prizes for his poems and was appointed Poet Laureate in 1984. In this poem, the poet provides us with a very strange picture of the wind that he imagines to be present on moon. There is no wind on the moon at all, yet things get blown out. Okay, in this poem, I'll give a background for this poem now. Where do we live? We live on a motherly planet called Earth. We know that the Earth is the only planet that we can survive, we can live on. Other planet we cannot survive. Here the poet imagines that moon in moon things are getting blown out, like things are growing and things are getting blown out also, because even though there is no wind, no air, no oxygen, nothing, things are happen to be there and things are getting blown out and things are in a situation like wind is there. It is just imagination. The poem is just imagination. The poet thinks in his imagination that things are getting in the moon, like oxygen is there, wind is there, and things are having the things are getting blown out there. But the poet is just taking the readers also through his imagination that certain things are happening there. So in the poem there is no wind. The poet says that there is no wind at all in the moon, but things are happening, like as we see in our motherly earth, how like the wind, if the wind blows, the certain things will fly off from some certain places to another. Likewise, even though there is no wind, things are getting happen like us. It's the same like our earth. So the poet is just imaginary in a imagination level. The poet is taking the readers to the imagination. Okay, we know that there is no atmosphere, no water, no oxygen is there in the moon. There is no livable weather condition also. There is no life on the there is no life on the moon. But behind all these boundaries, the poet is through his imagination, the poet is taking the readers that even though there is no wind, things are just getting fly off as if there is wind. Okay, now let's go into the poem. Before we go into the poem, we will learn the hard words of the first 12 lines of the poem. Shivers means to shake slightly. Utter, complete. Marquee, a large tent. Squall, a sudden and violent gust of wind. Flounders means struggles and plucks in mud or while wading. You can write in your notebook these hard words. Okay, now let's go into the poem. I'll read the poem now. Moonwind. There, there is no wind on the moon at all, yet things get blown out. In utter stillness, your candle shivers out. So the poet here says that there is no wind at all on the moon at all. There is no wind at all in the moon, but things are get blown out. Things are just flying. You can see in this textbook that the side pictures are given, like, see, things are getting blown out in utter stillness. There is silence, there are pin drop silence all over in the moon, but things are getting, there is no wind, no air, nothing, but things are getting blown out as if there is wind. Like your candle shivers out. Candle shivers out. Notice the word. The poet has used shivers. The poet has to be used flickers. The candle flickers. We will say the candle flickers out. But here the poet says that shivers out. When we shiver, when we have extreme cold temperature, our body gets to shake. Or when we are in extreme very when a very terror way, we will just shiver. We'll try, we'll when we are so when our anxiety level is so high, we will shiver. Our body used to shiver. but the poet here used the candle. We will always say candle flickers out, as if there is a wind, the candle blown out. There is no wind at all. We know that there is no wind, but still things are happening like there is something, wind is there and things are getting blown out. The candle shivers out means blown out. In utter stillness, a giant marquee booms and flounders past you like a swan at the sea. Again the poet says that in the utter stillness, in a pin drop silence is there. There is no wind, no air, nothing. A giant marquee means a large tent. If you went to the here we can see a large tent. In the right hand side of the video, we can see a large tent. It's like just it is, the poet says that a giant, a big, very big marquee means a tent. If you go to these circus or any fair events, we will see a giant of very big tent, no, that is mean by marquee. Booms and founders past you means, booms and founders means it's booms means the sound that has been made when it get fly off. Flounders means it is just flying, it is just moving, like a swan at the sea. Like as here the poet compares the giant mark with the giant tent with a swan that is floundering at the sea. As a swan that is floundering at the sea, same like the giant tent is flying on the sky. But there is utter stillness, there is no wind at all, there is pin drop silence. And how can the things happen like this? The poet is just imagination in an imagination level, imagining these things through his imagination only. In utter stillness, when you stand in the street, a squall of hens and cabbages knocks you off your feet. Again, the poet says that in utter stillness, while you are standing in the street, a squall of hens and cabbages means, a squall means a sudden or a violent wind is coming. Obviously, when the wind comes, when a harsh wind is coming in a storm, we will get so much of dust particles and other elements. But here the poet says that a squall of hens and cabbages are coming out through the wind when we and it dashes our feet. It is just dashing our feet. So these things are just imagination. These things are just the poet is just having an imagination. That's imagination in imagination level. He thinks that hens, cabbages are coming out when a sudden wind, when a violent storm is coming. These things are just flying and these things are blown out through the wind. The poet is saying that there is no wind at all on the moon, but things are just seeing like things are flying or blowing like the candle blown out, and the giant hut, the giant tent, it is flying out, and the swan, and the cabbages, hens, everything is just flying as if there is a wind in the moon. Here the poem it's setting in the the poet is just imaginary. The poet is just imagining everything in the imagination level. Okay, I will see you the next 12 lines in the next class. Okay students, read the poem, enjoy the poem.